Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you, dear viewers. Welcome to our YouTube channel. In this episode we continue with our historical series. Today we delve into the rise and fall of ancient Greece. We'll explore the impact of usury on the economy of this once thriving civilization. Having a clear understanding of usury is important. Usury refers to the charging of excessive or exploitative interest on a loan or debt. It involves lending money at an interest rate that is significantly higher than what is considered fair or reasonable. Usury has been a subject of ethical, religious, and economic debate throughout history. The concept of usury dates back to ancient times when lending and borrowing were common practices. In early societies, charging high interest rates was often seen as unethical, as it could lead to financial hardships for borrowers and perpetuate economic inequalities. Many ancient civilizations, including those in Mesopotamia, Babylon, Greece, and Rome, had laws and regulations to address usury and its consequences. Usury has also been addressed in religious texts, particularly in Abrahamic religions like Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. In these traditions, charging excessive interest on loans is often considered unethical and exploitative. For instance, in Islam, the charging of interest, known as riba, is explicitly prohibited in the Quran and Hadith, and Islamic finance principles are designed to adhere to this prohibition. The prohibition is not limited to whether the interest is a little or a lot. All usury, all interest is haram and prohibited in Islam. From an economic perspective, usury can have various negative impacts. Exorbitant interest rates can lead to high levels of debt and financial burdens for borrowers, contributing to poverty and income inequality. Usury has also been linked to financial crises throughout history, as unsustainable debt and excessive lending can lead to economic instability. In modern times, the term usury is often used in a broader sense to refer to any high or unfair interest rates, particularly in the context of consumer loans and credit cards. Regulatory authorities in many countries have implemented laws to protect consumers from predatory lending practices and to limit the maximum allowable interest rates. Overall, usury remains a complex and contentious issue, with debates continuing on its ethical implications, religious considerations, and economic consequences. Striking a balance between lending practices that are fair, sustainable, and respectful of borrowers' financial well-being is crucial to fostering a just and equitable financial system. The attributes surrounding usury are very much against these. Let's get into our example from history to illustrate the damaging effects of allowing interest-bearing loans to run rampant in a society. Ancient Greece, a remarkable civilization that flourished from approximately 800 BCE to 146 BCE, laid the foundations for Western culture, art, philosophy, and governance. It was a period of prosperity and innovation in various fields, but beneath the grandeur lay the seeds of an impending financial crisis linked to the rise of usury. During the peak of its golden age in the 5th and 4th centuries BCE, Greek city-states like Athens, Sparta, and Corinth thrived, engaging in maritime trade, agricultural ventures, and cultural exchanges. As trade and commerce flourished in ancient Greece, the demand for loans increased to support various economic activities. Moneylenders, driven by profit, began offering loans with exorbitant interest rates. These usurious practices led to an escalating cycle of debt for borrowers, with implications for both individuals and the state. The widespread use of usury led to a severe debt crisis in ancient Athens during the 4th century BCE. Citizens, unable to repay their loans, faced the grim prospect of debt slavery, where they were compelled to work for their creditors. This system not only created financial hardship for individuals but also weakened the workforce and overall productivity. The concentration of wealth in the hands of moneylenders resulted in the erosion of the middle class in ancient Greece. As more individuals fell into debt and debt slavery, the once thriving middle class dwindled, affecting the economic stability of the city-states. The decline of the middle class impacted various tradesmen, artisans, and merchants who struggled to maintain their livelihoods. As economic disparities widened, the socio-economic fabric of the city-states weakened, leading to social unrest. Usurious practices also affected trade and commerce in ancient Greece. The burden of debt led to reduced consumer spending and investment, dampening economic activity. Furthermore, traders faced difficulties in accessing credit, hindering their ability to expand their businesses. As the influence of moneylenders grew, corruption and financial exploitation spread across the Greek city-states. Public officials, entangled with lenders, prioritized their interests over the welfare of the citizens, eroding the trust in the government and creating an atmosphere of inequality. One striking example is the story of an ambitious politician named Alcibiades, who forged alliances with usurers to fund his political campaigns. In return, he passed laws favoring their interests, further exacerbating economic disparities and undermining the democratic principles of Athens. The burden of usury strained the governance of ancient Greece. As debts mounted, the government faced challenges in managing public welfare and infrastructure. Additionally, excessive military spending to maintain control over debtor citizens further exacerbated the financial crisis. The Delian League, an alliance of Greek city-states led by Athens, provides an instructive example. As Athens imposed tribute payments on member states to repay its debts, many states revolted against the financial burden, leading to internal conflicts and weakening Athens' control over the League. The economic hardships and social inequalities resulting from usury led to widespread discontent among the populace. Social unrest, protests, and clashes between debtors and creditors became common, destabilizing the city-states. In Athens, the financial crisis played a role in contributing to its ultimate defeat in the Peloponnesian War. The Spartacus Revolt, an uprising of slaves and debtors in 73 BCE, serves as a tragic example of the consequences of economic oppression and usurious practices. The revolt, led by the gladiator Spartacus, was a manifestation of the deep-seated resentment against debt slavery and the exploitation of the vulnerable. The fall of ancient Greece offers profound lessons for us today. It serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of usurious lending practices and their potential to destabilize economies and societies. As we analyze this historical episode, we must strive to learn from the mistakes of the past and adopt ethical financial practices that prioritize justice and sustainability. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey into the impact of usury on the economy of ancient Greece. If you found this episode informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content on historical analysis, faith, and finance. There is a famous saying: the only thing that we learn from history is that we learn nothing from history. May Allah guide us. Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you.